Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm super pumped because we just figured out when the next Shred Plus Train with Kate starts. It will be 8 weeks and it will start on September 17th. And I highly suggest you ask your loved one to do it with you. I hope you all had an amazing weekend. A new podcast episode drops every Monday, so be sure to subscribe so you never miss one. This past week on my Instagram, I shared my shred results. If you need motivation, head over to my Instagram and check it out. Kelly Counts Macros, counts with a K. If you're interested in working with me, please reach out on social media, direct message me, or visit my website, Kelly Counts Macros, countswithak.com. This past week in the clubhouse, we made the chicken tender melt crunch wrap. And let me tell you, it's so good. It's packed with protein and even perfect for serving guests. Clubhouse members get exclusive access to these recipes inside the app, all in one spot. So you never have to scroll through social media wondering where you save them. This is Ron's absolute favorite. In fact, I tweaked this recipe from his favorite order that he used to order at Perkins restaurant. It was a chicken tender melt with fries and a Diet Coke. That was his order at Perkins. So, would you mind leaving me a review? I read every single one. They help me reach more people. They help me change the next generation. If you haven't yet, please leave a review and hit that follow button. New episodes, once again, drop every Monday. So, let's change the next generation by ditching that dieting mentality. Today, we're diving into my latest cut or shred experience. I'm super excited to share my journey, the lessons I learned, how my husband Ron achieved his phenomenal results alongside me. If you didn't listen to that podcast, go back and give that a listen. It was 2 weeks ago. Also, be sure to check out his incredible transformation on my Instagram. Not only did he lose 30 pounds, but all of his cholesterol levels are now in the normal range. I love this non-scale victory for him. I absolutely love that we did it together. Like I said, the next Shred Plus Train with Kate session will be in September. I highly encourage you and your husband, your wife, your partner, your best friend, your cousin, do it as a team, do it as a duo. I'll put the wait list in the show notes so you can be notified first. And if you are a Clubhouse member, you get $100 off the Shred Plus Train with Kate program. If you're interested in getting started now so that you still get that $100 off, please send me a direct message. So, first up, the mental game. And this is super important if you've done this a couple of times. If you shredded or done multiple cuts, whatever you call it, being in a calorie deficit. This is it. Do not compare one to the other. I had different goals this time around. And I think that mentally, if you compare what happened in your last cut or your shred to others, it can get you down. It might get you excited, but it can also be discouraging, especially if you have an unhealthy relationship with the scale. For example, if I had compared myself to my last cut where I was at my lowest weight in a very long time, I would have been disappointed. But my goals were different this time. I've worked very hard on my lower body. I used to hate doing lower body strength workouts, but I really concentrated on them. Now I ended up loving them. I had concentrated on them throughout the year while I was in maintenance. We call that maintaining Mandy inside of the clubhouse. And I had built a booty and I did not want to lose it. I know with my body, the first thing that happens when I'm in a calorie deficit is I lose weight in my face and then in my butt. And those are the two places I didn't want to lose from. As I'm aging, losing weight in my face isn't something that I prefer. And I worked hard on that booty. I definitely didn't want to lose it. So I put myself in a slight calorie deficit. I think I started off at maybe 125 to 127 pounds and ended up around 118 pounds. So if I would have compared myself to what I lost before, I would have been very disappointed because I probably lost even 10 more pounds than that. But my goals were very different. And I was very happy with the way I looked in both scenarios. I had to realize that my goals were slightly different and I felt shredded in both. So, on to the latest cut and what I did. My daily routine during the cut. Let me just go through my day. The first thing that I added was journaling. I think this is a very, very important tool to find your chair, to start your day with intention, because your mood is your choice. Journal what you're thankful for and just get into that positive mindset. So I did put that into place. The second was getting my workout in. Now, this was different because I was doing this alongside Ron. So Ron goes to work at 3 o'clock in the morning and gets home at 2:30 p.m. So I did a 20 to 40-minute workout in the morning without him. And then I did the same 5 workouts on repeat, which was a little bit different for me. So I did the same 5 workouts on repeat throughout my entire cut. Kate in the clubhouse, she is our personal trainer. She's the one that gave Ron and I our 15-minute workouts that we did once he got home from work. So it was in an app, it was 15 minutes. He and I did them together. So once again, in the morning, I would do my workout by myself, 20 to 40 minutes. And then once he got home, we would do a 15-minute Train with Kate Trainerize workout. If you're interested in those, please reach out to her. Her name is Caitlin MacArthur Danowski, and it's a great way to get started. I can say that this is why Ron was so successful, because he started with 15 minutes. So he did not overwhelm himself. A lot of times what I see clients doing is trying to do hour workouts right off the get-go every single day, and that just causes burnout. So my meals and nutrition strategy, let's move on to that. First thing, I do not drink or eat anything before my workout. I get asked that a lot. Well, I shouldn't say that. I probably drink half of a Diet Mountain Dew. This is just something that I've always done. So after my workout, typically during the week, I start to do some work. I have my coffee and I add in vanilla unsweetened pecan milk as my creamer. Then after I finish my coffee, I wait until I feel that first feeling of hunger. Now, this is not, I'm starving, I need something right away. It's kind of just my body telling me, hey, you're hungry. So for the first meal, I either have leftovers from the night before, which is typically a KKM Clubhouse recipe, or I do an egg white omelet. I throw in the leftover protein from dinner the night before and add all of the veggies that are in the fridge. Another one of my favorites was the holiday quiche that we do in the clubhouse, and also the clubhouse shakshuka. So those two also were very popular in my breakfast rotation. Then for lunch, I would do a big as salad. One of my favorites to make was the clubhouse chicken cucumber salad, the pizza salad, and the cheeseburger salad. And that's what I did a lot of time during the week at lunchtime. As for dinner, one of our favorites is the steak fajitas, the meatloaf, and also the shrimp tacos. I was really loving my fish and seafood throughout this cut. I go through these phases. I don't know if anybody else can feel me, but when I find something I like, I just do it on repeat. It tastes good, it's easy to track, and I don't have to think about things. So a lot of times breakfast and lunch were the same on repeat. If we weren't doing a clubhouse recipe, I kept it very simple for dinner. As far as my nightly treat, you know I love my creamies, my favorite. So we have lots of creamy clubhouse recipes, but my favorite was the triple chocolate. And then I'd add in any mix-ins I had sitting around. So whether that was a few Oreos or a few peanut butter cups, that was on repeat for sure. Another thing, prioritizing sleep. I used to be in that camp where I would get up at 3:30 or 4:30 in the morning, whether it was on purpose to get my workout in or due to my perimenopause non-sleeping loveliness that would happen. But I truly prioritize my sleep. One of my top tips that I have now finally figured out for my perimenopausal hormonal wake-ups was to put on an audiobook. A lot of time that settles my mind, and instead of getting up and starting my day in the middle of the night, because I just couldn't function through the day. So now I can drift back to sleep. So sleep is very important. You may find yourself, if you're not getting enough sleep, that you're snacking more, you're hungrier more, your schedule's thrown off, and that is due to the hunger hormones and the tiredness. And we'll go over that more in a future episode. So weekends, a lot of times on the weekends, we were traveling for volleyball or basketball. I packed everything. I had separate bags that were labeled mom. I pre-tracked the entire weekend, put them into these bags, these cooler bags, and I just ate out of the bags. They're these big green giant eagle bags, and they literally were labeled mom. So nobody was rummaging through them or grabbing inside of them. And that's how I conquered the weekends. Along with that, if I knew that alcohol was involved, I pre-tracked it. I'm a high noon or a vodka water girl, and it was the easiest thing to do. Just pre-track and only bring with me what I planned on drinking. That way, when it was gone, it was gone. A few other key strategies and tools that I used that were crucial. Of course, I use the My Macros Plus app. I get asked that a lot. Which app do I use? It's the My Macros Plus app. It now has the AI scan feature, which I love if you have the pro version, very affordable. And it's an app that I absolutely love. What's great about our Clubhouse recipes is that you click on the link and it shoots right into the app. They're family friendly. My family loves all the recipes. And it's easy to track all of the directions, the ingredients. It's easy to meal plan. Everything is right inside of the app. So that's literally all that you need. So meal planning becomes incredibly easy. As far as prepping, another thing I always do is have my groceries delivered. You spend less money if you're not roaming the aisles, buying random things. And a lot of times I will just protein prep. And as soon as the groceries come in the house, I will cut up the fruits and veggies. One of my favorite things is rutabaga fries. That was one of my staples during the cut. And even when I'm not on a cut, I love rutabaga fries. I spray them, add some coarse salt, put them in the air fryer, the oven, and they are delicious. They are less calories and a few less carbs than potatoes, and I truly enjoy them. So in the My Macros Plus app, I would also weigh myself daily, knowing that weight fluctuations are normal, just going with the overall trend downward. As far as protein, this is much more than I need, but I have no problem getting it in. And when I look back at my app, I can get in 180 to 200 grams of protein. I know that that sounds crazy, and I always get the question about how that affects kidneys. Well, I don't have any underlying kidney disease, so it's completely fine. I crave it. It helps with nighttime cravings, helps preserve all of that lean muscle mass in a cut, and it's so good for building those muscles. As far as steps, I don't typically have problems getting them in. I do not concentrate on a certain number when I'm cutting. I concentrate more so on my nutrition and strength training until failure. So the steps just kind of come along naturally. It looks like this for me. So I do work out, strength train 5 workouts a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, strength training, Thursday, an active rest day where I get my steps in, Friday and Saturday, strength training, Sunday, active rest day with steps. So that's how my schedule works. If you know me, you know that I don't have any problems with the exercise portion. It's really just honing in on weighing my food and staying in a calorie deficit. I also use the Clubhouse consistency calendar, which is huge. Not only the monthly, but the yearly, and the daily. So on the monthly calendar, you get a green check if you stay in a deficit and a red X if I didn't. So you aim to not have 2 days in a row with a red X and to be consistent, meaning more than 80% consistent during the month. I was super consistent throughout March and April, and this wasn't an easy season. My son was graduating. We went on trips. We went to Turks and Caicos. We went to Florida. I went on a girls' trip. And as I mentioned, we had volleyball and travel basketball. So it definitely was not the easiest season, but I'm proud of myself, but I'm super proud of Ron. If I can tell you anything, I want you to try this together with somebody in September. It has made our relationship better. We walk together, we work out together. He gets me, I get him. You get better results, and you know health is wealth. And we need to cast votes for our future self and realize that muscle is our insurance. I'd love for you to share this episode on social media and tag me at Kelly Counts Macros, counts with a K, so I can personally thank you. Stop overthinking it. I know you're busy, short on time, overwhelmed with conflicting information on social media. That's why I simplify everything for you so you can take action now. Thanks for tuning in today. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with somebody who needs to hear it and that you want to do the Shred Plus Train with Kate. Remember, it's not all about all or nothing. It's about all or something. You're always doing better than you think you are. See you next time.